All right. So what did we learn in our previous session? Have you got a chance to practice? Have you got do you remember whatever we learned in previous session? Any questions in it? No, this time. Hello. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, Nikhil, we can hear you. Yeah.
Can answer my question. Did you get a chance to practice, or did you get a chance to see what we learned in our previous session? Or at least do you remember what did we learn in our previous session?
Yeah. We learned about index of substring.
Okay.
Uh,
Index of last index of extraction of a substring from a string using different methods, like using index of, using contains, using
split.
split, using substring with two parameters, and using two char array, and one logic called the total length minus static length. So different ways we can write in any number of ways to extract a string, substring from a whole string. Okay, it's up to us how you are using these methods and what logic you are building is up to us. See how many methods we have written, these many things. Okay, now this one we are not going to do, or we will not use this in real time. I haven't used in my 8 years of career anytime, but still will be getting these questions in interview. That is, find the number of occurrences in this particular string. They might give you some particular character like P, and then they might ask you how many character P's are present inside this sentence. So we have to count the number of P's inside this string and give them the count. So that might be another question. That will be your another question on string operations. So with the help of these methods, whatever we learned, we can find the occurrences of P. Okay. So let us see that occurrences of P now. Before going to the next topic, do we have any questions in this? No.
So far, no.
To practice, you'll get questions. It's not practicing. C12 string operations underscore finding occurrences. Third upgrade is upgrade class. So here I'll take a string. Equals to hello session. This is string operations. Topic is finding okay. So I created a string. Look, welcome to the session. This is session of string operations, and the topic is finding occurrence. Okay. Now we might have a question, or we might have a task, that is to find out the number of O's present in the sentence. So we have to count the number of O's. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So 10 O's are present we have to count those 10 by our coding, and we have to give this exact count of O's. So we have multiple ways of. Can you give me this some logic? We can do this using 2-char array. Hint. We can do this using 2-char array. What should I do using 2-char array? Hello. Any guess? What should we do using 2-char array? No? I'm going to convert this string to 2-char array. Okay. Then I'm going to store it inside a char array. str array. str char array. Okay. Then I'm going to iterate over this either by using for each loop or by using for loop. That's fine. Anything. I'm going to iterate over each character inside this character array, and that character is C. I'll say CH. Okay. And that character is stored in variable called CH for this loop. Now I'll apply some condition. If CH, this is a character, not a string. So CH is double equals to what character we want? We want O. We can also CH double equals to O. Or okay, or CH double is equals to O, uppercase or lowercase. Anything might be there. We have to increase the count. To increase the count, there should be some variable. So I am creating some variable after this array. Int count is equals to 0. I created a variable count is equals to 0. Now I'm going to add whenever there is the character found small o, I mean uppercase o or lowercase o, then I'm going to increase the count. So what should I do? I have to do count plus plus. That's all. Okay. Now at the end of this, I can print the count. Number of number of is is. Okay. Now if I run this, you'll see the count as 10. How many are there? Pretty simple, right? I didn't do anything new. If condition we already learned. Advanced for loop or normal for loop we already know to iterate over each character. So we are iterating over each character, comparing that character to the required character, and then adding to the count variable. That's all. Understood this? Yeah. Method 2. We have split method. Using split also I can do this. So what does a split do actually? create a new sentence here and then. Suppose I say, hello, welcome. Okay, so this is my sentence. Now, if I split using the character L, okay, so what will happen? Everything before this L will be in one part. That means H. Okay, and then after this L, whatever is present, I have these many. Okay, so this will be present in LO, right? And then WLCON, welcome. Okay, again, in this part, there is another L. So whatever is present before this, it will be present in this, and then this will go to the next. Okay. Again, in this it is having this. So whatever is present before L, it will be present here, and after L, it will be present here. So based on the number of L's, it is dividing this. Right. So when we have three L's, we are getting how many parts? 1, 2, 3, and 4. When we split, based on the number of L's, we are getting this size. So if we get the size of this array and do -1, can we get the number of L's? Yes, right? We can get it. So we are going to use this split method. So this is another logic. Okay. Now I'm going to do str dot split off. Again, I'm finding the okay. This time I'll find the number of S. Okay. Split. Using but I'll go with I because sometimes I use capital S and sometimes I use capital S, small s. So there will be confusion. So I'll use I. Okay. This is okay. Okay. I'm giving I. Now I have to store this inside string array. String array of str array split. Okay. Now let us see the size of it. So str array split dot length. Okay. Now let's see. Let's count these i's manually in this. There is 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, number of i's are also 10 in this sentence. Okay. So let us see. The length will be 11 now because when we are dividing with the help of i's, so this is going to get divided into 11 parts, right? Before and after. Before and after. If you are doing like this, it is going to give us 11 parts. So this length will be 11. Okay. Let's see if you are getting 11. Yes, we got 11. So actual size will be -1. Yes, -1. Always finding the number of occurrences. That's all. string. That's all. Okay. So when we are having this string, we cannot perform the numerical operations. Do you remember that? So that's why it is saying you cannot perform this operation inside this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to store this in a variable. Array. Int occurrences. Copy this. Paste it here. That's all. Now see. Number of i's present in the string is 10. It's correct only, right? Okay. Now if you want to check some other string, like for example, pose we already checked. Okay, let us do the same thing. Pose we already checked. So I'm going to check with O. So pose should give the same result with this process as well as with this process, right? So let's see that. See, 10 and 10 both are same. So this is another way of finding the number of occurrences. Is that clear? But you will get a question when you see this, you will get a question around this. Now you see the magic. Using split last character. So here, now let us find the number of e's in this particular session because the last character of this sentence is e. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same operation again. Okay. Count e. Okay. I'm just giving count e. Now let us run this. Let us see the count of e's which is showing. Okay, it is saying 7. Let us count the number of e's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 e's. But what is the count that did we get? 7. Okay, you might say we added -1, so that is it. Why? That is why it is showing 7. Okay, if I remove this, this is not going to work for the other characters, right? Again, when I say O or I, we are going to not get 10, we are going to get 11. So there is a problem with the character, last character in this sentence, whatever it might be. When you want to split or if you are splitting, then if that character, whatever you are using to split is the last character, then it is going to create problem for us because after this, do we have anything to split? Or after this, do we have anything to store in a new allocation, memory allocation? No, right? So that is why you are getting my point. I'll show you again. I'll copy this. I'll paste it here. Now we have to split this sentence with the help of E. Okay. So whatever is before E, that will be in first position. Okay. And then whatever is after E, that will be in second position. Now it will again search for E's. Okay. Here it is E. So whatever is before this, it will be present here. Whatever after E, it is going to the next sentence or next position. And again, here also E, it will be here and then it will be in this position. Now here again there is E, so it will go to the next line, it will start from here. You understood? So this is how it is going to get stored before and after. So this is still here, it will close. And then this again here, operations and keys finding occurrence. This is the last one. So this will go here. Do we have an extra position after E? There is nothing. So there won't be stored anything here. So that is why it is giving this particular count. You understood? That is why it will give one thing less. So this problem arises when we use split method. So that is why whenever we are finding the number of occurrences using split, what we have to do is we have to make sure that this character is not the last character of the string. To make sure that what we are going to do is whatever might be the string. So we are going to add a space at the end. Str is equals to str plus space. That means we are going to add an extra space at the end so that the last character will not be the character that we are looking for. Okay. Now I added a space and I'm going to do the same operation again. That's all. Number of, oh, so okay, I have to use the split as well. Yeah, I can. Already we are doing it here, the same array. So it will work here as well. Now see it. Is it giving the correct count? Number of e's. 1. Oh, sorry. Length -1 should be there here. Then I have to split after addition, not before addition. I have to split this array after adding a space. Okay. Let's do this way. Now see it. See it is giving 7. It is 9. Do we have 9 each? Oh, -1. Forgetting this -1 always. Now this is giving 7, which is wrong. This is giving 8, which is the exact position. Right? So number of is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so this is how we are going to get the number of e's or repetitions in a particular string using 2-char array or using split. We can also do this using index of. Yanji and Bobby, are you following me?
Yeah.
Any questions in this? Okay, fine. I hope it is clear to you. Fine. Now using index of, this is another way find using index of and last index of. You can use this both and then find the number of occurrences. How? Okay. So now I want to find the number of occurrences for E or O. Anything is fine. Okay, I'm going to find the occurrences for E again. I'm going to continue this. Okay. So index of. So I have str here, but here I'm going to, this is getting modified, right? Fine, it's okay. So now here str dot index of particular character. What character I want to check? I want to check the position of E. This is going to give the first position, right? Index of. First index. And first index. Okay. And then I'm also going to get int last index is equals to str dot last index of same character particular E. Okay. So if there are more than one E's, what will happen? First index and last index will not be same, right? Okay. So while I'm using this, while first index is not equals to last index. So when these two are not equal, then what should I do? I have to increase the count. I have to count and increase it. Right. So I create a variable count e is equals to 0. Counter, I'll make it as counter. Counter is equals to 0. When these are not equal, I have to increase counter plus plus. But again, if I do this, this will be iterating continuously and it will giving infinite values. It is going to increase automatically because we checked the first index only once, and this is going to be always the same. We have to update this value. So to update it, what I'm going to do is after increasing the count, so I'm updating this value again. First index is equals to str dot index of. You see, we are having this index of position, right? Two parameters. I don't want last index. Index of, I want a character e. But from where should I start? We already found the first index. So after first index, we have to count, right? After first index, again we have to do the count. We have to change the starting position of searching this. So I'm changing the starting position to first index. Understood? Now see, let us run this. Okay, I have to print this, right? See, so number of is using index of plus count. Okay, now let's see. Number of is using index of. Why did not? What is happening? What is happening? Copy the string here. str1. Okay. What is happening? Why is it not coming here? And
Which one did you choose? So the counter for the str index of which one you choose?
letter E. You see here, right? E.
No, the down one.
Yeah,
While
letter
in the
E.
while condition, while loop, str index of which expression did you choose?
This is the second method which is present in index of, which is taking two parameters. You see, one is the character and the other one is from index. From where we have to start searching. Two parameters. Okay. So we are here. I'm going to this. str1. Okay. First index is 1. Okay. And then last index is 97. Okay. Then okay, this will not be equal. Then we are having counter plus plus. So the counter value is 1 now. And now we are changing the first index. First index position is again 1. Okay, we are starting searching from 1. Okay, and now counter value is 2. First index. Okay, I got it. I missed a simple logic here. See here, first index. I'm saying again. I'm saying again. First index from the starting position on. So it will always be present at that position, right? I have to do +1. From the next character, I have to search. I'm always searching. See, I found E at this position, and then the second time I'm asking it to search from this sentence. So it will always be present at E, first position on. So that is why it is always continuously increasing the count, and it is never coming to this point. Okay. So if I increase, then it will start searching from here for the character E. So that is why I'm using plus. Okay.
But you have given the counter plus, right? While first index not equal to last index, you are giving counter plus plus
Yeah.
1.
Okay. This will go to 1 for the first time. The next time, what was happening is from this sentence, whatever is selected in blue color, from this sentence, it is going to search for E. Where is E present in the selected sentence? First position only. So the first index will be this.
Okay.
And the first index will not be equals to last index. So it is going to increase the counter to 2. And then again, I was using the same sentence because I'm not increasing it. So it will be again using the same sentence and again checking for the position of E. So it will be having E at the same place. So it will continuously increase. It will not print. Right. So once I found this, from the next position I have to search, right? Got it? I have to ignore this. I have to search from the next position. So that is why I'm using this +1. Now when I run this, we got the result. Number of E's using index of is 7. Again, why? Because when we say, when it is not equals to only, when this becomes equals to, when we have it at the last position, that will not be counted, right? When we have it at the last position, because first index will become last index when it is at the last position. So it is not entering into this loop. So what we have to do, again here also we have to add some extra space. So this is another logic, so counter. Okay, so this is the problem we have, but using first index and last index logic. If it is at the last position, then we are going to get this problem. We will not be able to add this count. Okay, there is another logic also for this. Another logic for this is, I don't want to use the last index of. I can use the first index of, I can change the position from the next place and then add the count. That's all. That is another logic. Okay. Occurrences. If I run this, whatever might be happening, we are ignoring the last one. So in this case, we have to use count +1. That's all. So that is a string, right? So it is concatenating. So number of keys is, we have to store this. +1. Then that's all. All right. We also got, whether it might be the last character or not the last character, you have to add 1 for this case. Understood? So this is one logic. This is how we can find the number of E's. Is that clear?
Can you go over from the beginning ones, just outline?
This one or
No,
all the other?
Just outline. Hmm.
For this example or for all the? Okay. So first one is we are finding the number of characters or number of O's present in this particular sentence. To do that, we have multiple methods. First thing, we used a 2-char array, converted everything to an array of individual characters, and then compared, iterated over all the elements in this array, or iterated over all the characters in this array, and then applied a condition. If that character which is present inside this array is matching to this uppercase O or lowercase o, we are increasing the count and then printing it. That's all. We are comparing the character.
Why are you using the
Follow.
concatenation there? If
There?
character, the pipe symbol there.
This is not concatenation, this is or symbol. It should be either lowercase o or uppercase o, right?
Oh, R, okay.
Yeah, if you don't want to use uppercase or lowercase, any one case. If you want only lowercase, this will ignore uppercase count. I want both uppercase and lowercase, so I use R condition. If any of this is matching, either small o or capital O, then I increase the count. Understood? Good. So in Java, if you want to apply OR condition, this is the symbol. If you want to apply AND condition, this is the symbol. Double ampersand. This is double pipe is for OR condition. Either this or this. If any of this is matching, then the count will be increased. Okay. And method 2, we were using split method. Split is going to divide the sentence into parts based on this character. So how is it going to split? It is going to split the sentence which is having before E and after E. So like this, we are going to get one extra part every time when we use split. If you directly use the length, we are getting one count extra. So that is why we have to use -1. That's all. And then, but there is a problem when we use this split. When the character that we are searching is in the last position, because if it is in the last position and there is nothing to split after that, then a new memory will not be created, it will be ended there. So that is the reason whenever we are using split method to find the occurrences, we have to add an extra space so that by any chance, if there is this character, whatever we are searching for is in the last position, then that is not going to create any problem for us. So that is why we are going to add an extra spring whenever we use this split method. To avoid this problem, we add a space and then perform the operation so that we'll get the exact count. And the next, another logic is using index of and last index of. So index of is going to give the first position of this, and last index of is going to give this position. So I'm comparing whether this position and this position is same. If not same, then I'm increasing the count and I'm finding the first index again from this position. So it will come to this place. This will be my first position now, and this will be my last position. It will compare the positions. No, it is not same, so it is increasing the count, and again it will come to here and then compare. No. And then it will come to here, compare. It will come to here and then compare the first and last positions. And then again, it will come to here and compare first and last. So like this, it is going to compare everywhere. And then when it comes to here, the first and last index are both are same. So it is not going to increase the count. So for the last one, at any time, it is not going to increase the count. So that is why we are adding one extra. Whatever might be the character. Suppose I don't want E. I want to find the character O. Now see if I change it to O as well. Okay, first index of O. Now if I print this, now let me run this. It will give, but after adding +1 only. If I do not add this +1, if I comment this, it will say 9. But we have actually 10 O's, right? See, Actually, we have 10 O's, but when it comes to this position, first index and last index both are becoming same. So that means it is coming out of this while loop, right? Without counting the last one, it is coming out of this while loop. So that is why we are adding +1 after the execution. At any time, we have to add this after the execution, so that it will give us the exact count of the characters. Understood? Let's go back to the occurrences. Okay, I used the index of, I used displayed, I used two characters. So that's all. These are the different methods. If you want, we can also try different things again. All right. Now let us see the next subtopic, that is converting strings. This is not a big topic. It's a very small one, converting strings. Project, I'll create a new class here. New class. Say 13. Right. So, yeah. String name is equal to NIKIL. Now everything is in lowercase letter. Okay. And then string, let's say first name, last name is equal. This has everything in uppercase. Right? Now we want to convert. Let's convert this. Convert to uppercase. So we have first name dot uppercase. That's all. This is going to convert everything into uppercase and give us. Okay. Then, okay. I'll print this. Before conversion and add this first name is plus. Similarly, last name is last name. Okay. Now this is first name. This is after conversion, right? So I'm going to use the same just to separate so that you can see neat, clear in your console. Okay, after conversion, first name and then last name I'm going to convert into lowercase. This will be my last name. And this is not to uppercase, to lowercase. Okay. Now if I run, you see it? You see, before conversion, first name is having everything in lowercase, but after conversion, first name became to uppercase. And you see, last name, everything was in uppercase, but when I converted, it came into lowercase. That's all. If you want to convert something into uppercase or lowercase, then you can do this. Don't think that, okay, this is going to convert all the, if it is having only all the lower cases. No. Suppose I have capital N-I-K-I-L or N-I-K-I-L. So only the first one is already uppercase, the remaining are lowercase. And then here, okay, I'll make only this small n and d. Only G, U and A are uppercase. Now even if I run, it will convert correctly. You see, it converted everything to uppercase. If it is having already uppercase, then it ignores. If it is having lowercase, then it converts into uppercase and displays. Here also, it converted these things into lowercase, but ND were already in lowercase, so it ignored. Understood? So that's all. If you want to convert a lowercase string to uppercase string or uppercase to lowercase, we use this conversion. But why do we need this? Why do we need to convert this uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase? So for suppose we want to compare two strings, and I don't want to see, even if it is having this nickel or even it is having complete capitals NIKIL, both are same. I don't want to say that these two are different. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert both the values that I need to compare into any of the case, either uppercase or lowercase, and then compare so that it doesn't create any problem. Understood? So this we use sometimes when we want to compare these values, when we want to compare the string values. But generally in other languages we have to do that. But in Java we already have, when you want to compare ignoring the case, then we have equals ignore case, right? Or compare to ignore case. So no need of conversion, but still we have these methods. So I'm letting you know that if you want, you can convert these to uppercase or lowercase. Okay. All right. Sometimes string str is equals to, we might have like this. You see, I have lot of spaces in the beginning of my sentence and at the end of my sentence. Right? I have lot of empty space in the beginning and at the end. Let me print this. SYS4 str. Okay. Before. Spaces. Okay. Let's see this. It is going to have spaces in the beginning and ending as well. You see, there is a space, and here also you will be able to select. Here I won't be able to select, you see. But here there are spaces, so that is why I will be able to select it. Okay.
What if I want to do only the first letter uppercase?
There is no such method in Java. You cannot convert only the first letter to uppercase.
Oh, like we don't have anything in SQL, like SQL?
Yeah, we do not have that. We have only uppercase or lowercase, which is going to convert everything. Okay. So in that case, what you have to do? So that is a task. We already learned about string operations, right? Now I want you to convert these into, I mean the question, I want you to convert only the first character to uppercase of the word. Do you find the logic using the string operations? Okay. Yeah. So here I want to remove these unwanted spaces. So we have a method called str dot that's all. So this trim method is going to remove all the unwanted spaces. Unwanted means only which are coming in the beginning and only which are coming at the end, not the spaces in between the sentence. These spaces will be untouched. It is going to remove only the spaces in the beginning of the string and the end of the string. Okay. Str dot trim. Now, into this. Okay. After removing spaces. Okay. Let's run this. You see the difference? Here there is a space but here there is no space. And here there is some extra space allotted, but here there is no nothing. I'm unable to select it. Okay, so you understood? This is about to uppercase, to lowercase, and trim. Okay, let's see if we have any method how to convert only the first letter to uppercase in first letter to uppercase in Java.
In SQL, with the int cap, right? Int cap, we give int cap was first letter.
Int cap, but this is not there in Java. That is why
Yeah, I got it.
it is not there. So that is why I'm searching. But you see, again, they are doing the same thing. They are this is the logic. We already have the substring method. So they are taking the first character, converting to uppercase, and then appending it the complete substring. Understood? So this own logic, we have to write our own logic. That's all.
Okay.
So there is no method in Java directly which can convert only the first letter to uppercase. So that is why we are having a number of logics. Okay, again using substring, or you can also convert it to two-char array and then convert the first character to uppercase and remaining all characters print as it is. So it's up to you how do you want to do it.
So it is finding 1 second. It is finding the first character, right? What is it? Zero, comma.
Substring has two methods, right? It can print from this position to this position, or if you give only one parameter, it will start printing from, it will start fetching from this position till the last. We already learned this.
Okay. So it is basically choosing the first letter. Why it is giving 0, 1? That's what. Just if it's 0.
If it is 0, then what is it going to return? It is going to return the complete string starting from 0, right?
Correct. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
I want only first character, so I'm giving 0, 1. If I want two characters, 0, 2. Okay. I want only one character starting from 0, ending at 1. So that will be only one character, that is 0th position. Okay. So this like this. So we do not have directly any method, so we have to use this. All right. Now we are done with string conversion as well. We are still left with 10 minutes. Let me try to complete this string reverse as well. Okay. So it's pretty simple. String reversal. So these two things, string occurrence and string reverse, we are never going to use in our real time. Why the hell we do the reversal of string and work on it? Right? If there is something, we'll just fetch it and we'll do operations on it, but we are not going to do a reverse of it and perform it, right? So this string reversal is also just for your interview purpose.
That's
just to check the logical skills of your logical programming skills. That's all. Okay. So let me create this new class. C14 underscore operations underscore string reverse method fetch. Okay. So they might ask you questions like how do you check if this word is palindrome? You know what is this palindrome, right?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah. Whatever the way you are looking at from the beginning or from the ending, it's the same, like mom, M-O-M, mom, wow, W-O-W. Either you read it from the beginning or you read it from the ending, it looks both the same. So for such kind of questions, we need this reversal. If you want to check whether it is a palindrome or not, we have to reverse it. Then only we can compare the reversal and the original one, right? Whether it is same or not. So that is the reason. That is where we need the reversal of this string. Okay. So let us do that. So first thing, if I just want to print the string in reverse order. Okay. So string str is equals to, I'll say nikil unt. This is the string. I want to print it in reverse order. So first method is to character. We can convert this to character array and print in reverse order, right? Can we do that? We are having increment and decrement operation. Starting, instead of starting from 0th position, we will start from highest position and we go on decrementing it. Let's see that. Str dot char array. So this is going to convert it into char array. Character array of str chars something and creating some variable. Okay. Then first int I is equals to 0. No, generally we use 0, but here we are not going to start from 0. We are going to start from the last position. So what I'm going to do is str chars dot length semicolon, then str chars greater than or equals to 0, and then sorry, I, this should be I is greater than or equals to 0, and then I minus minus. We are doing it in reverse order, right? Going from highest position to index 0. Suppose length is 10. It will check 10 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes. Then it is going to print that. And then 10 minus 1. So it will become 9. 9 is greater than 0. Okay, fine. So it is going to print this. Like that. Understood? See, so I don't want to print it in multiple lines. So I'm going to use system.out.print of str chars of this height. That's all. Now see. Okay. Here it should be greater than 0. No, sorry. That should be greater than or equal to 0, but here it should be. There are only 11 characters. Got it? Reverse order. NIKILGUNDA. Is it in reverse order, right? All the characters. Understood? So this is how, or to avoid confusion, let me do it. That's all. See, NIKIL in reverse order. Okay. If you want to print, if you want me to print, string plus str. Then I'll say thing. So original string is Nikhil, reverse string is Likin, Likin, reverse of this, Likin. Understood? So this is the simplest way. Convert to char array and then print it in reversal order. We are also having other logics. Okay. The other logics are you can use substring method, and there is another method called as string, another class called as string builder, where we have the reverse method directly, and we are also having the caret method. Okay, so let's see that. Let's use the substring now. Okay, substring using substring method. Okay, Again, I want to reverse the same string str nickel. Okay. Substring str dot substring is having two things, begin index and end index. Right. I'm going to take this begin index and end index. From where should I want to print it? See, if I begin index as 3, 4, 5. If I give as 4 to 5. Let me show you normally and then I'll apply the logic. Okay. So 4 to 5. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll apply it correctly. 0 to 1. Okay. 0 to 1. I'll say 1 to 2. 2 to 3. 3 to 4. 4 to 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 4 to 5 will not come.
We couldn't hear anything. Nikhil.
Sorry.
Your voice is so feeble suddenly.
I didn't decrease anything. Might be the internet issue. Substring. Okay. Now see. Now is it clear? When I run this using substring, you see it is giving me the individual character for each position, 0 to first position, first to second, second to third, third to fourth, and fourth to fifth. When I use this substring, right? NIKIL using substring. Okay. So this is how we are going to get each character, but we want it in reverse order, right? We want it in reverse order. So the placement of this should go up 4 to 5, 3 to 4, 2 to 3, and then 1 to 2, and then 0 to 1. Okay. Now if I run this, you will see it in reverse order, right? NIKIL. Okay, but now I cannot see. Here I'm having 5 characters, so I was able to write 5 times ISO statements. But in real time, we are not going to write in this individual, right? So let us add a for loop over here. Okay. For loop, and we are going to print only this. Okay. So what is happening here? This is the length of the string. And this is length minus 1. Right? We can also go with while loop or for loop. Anything is fine.
In substring of length minus 1.
Exactly. I is equals to str dot length. Okay. For loop is not needed actually. We can use advanced for loop. This is not needed. We are not going to apply any condition, and we are not going to increment or for each character. So we are going to use starting from str dot length I is greater than or equals to 0. This should be minus 1, right? No, length only. Then I minus minus. So for each item we are going to do it. So here actually length means highest position. So here it is I. This will be always 1 less than the I. So I'll use I. Okay. See, if it is 4, then this is 3, right? If it is 3, then this is 2. If it is 2, then this is 1. If it is 1, then this is 0. So this is always 1 less than. Right? So I'm using like this. I can remove this and print this using substring. And then I don't want to print it in multiple lines. I can use. Okay. Did I do something wrong? Yeah. You see? Using substring. Did we get it in reverse order? That's all. I'm using the reversal of for loop and then use. Got it? All right. And now let us see string builder class. Okay. String builder. Right, another is over here. String builder class. In real time, if you want, we are going to do only this. But in interview, if they ask you how do you perform the reversal of string, if you say this directly using reverse method, they'll definitely ask no, not using reverse. Can you do it on your own? So that is the reason. First, I had to explain all these things, and then I'm showing you what we use in real time if needed. Okay. So in string class or in string variables, do we have any method with the reverse or EV? There is nothing, no default proposals, right? So that is why there is another class in Java which is called as string builder class. STRB. String builder is equals to new string builder. We are going to create an object for this character string str. We are converting our string into this string builder object. Okay, we are passing our string to this string builder. So what is happening is this string builder or our string is being converted to string builder object. Now you see str bldr dot. You see there is a reverse method here directly, which is on the string builder class. So we can use it there. That's all.
How do we import that one? That string reversal one? You didn't import, right? Just your typing. Okay.
I did not import anything. I just typed the string builder, and then I have this object dot reverse. That's all. It is coming directly. Right? This is another way of converting a string to reverse. You see, using string builder class reverse method, we got it. Again, same. Okay. This is another generally when the interview is happening, they'll check whether we know the method or not. Obviously, we'll say that using string reverse method from the string builder class. We'll say using reverse method from the string builder, we can reverse the string. And they'll definitely ask, okay, I don't want to use the reverse method. I want you to reverse on your own. So what will you do? Then you can explain any of this logic. You can convert it to 2-char array and then print it in reverse order. You can use the substring method of that particular position from each character and write it in a for loop. So you can give these 3 logics. Okay. We are also having another method called caret. Okay. Caret position. So this caret from a string str dot caret. You see, this caret is going to give us a particular character at that particular position. Okay. So to get this particular position, see, we have the length of it, right? So first, I'm going to apply this for int. Again, the same logic here from length till 0th position. So I'm copying the same thing, But inside this, instead of printing this substring, what I'm going to do is caret type. That's all. This is going to print it in reversal order using caret. So this caret method is going to return us a particular character at the given position. So we can pass any position. We are passing it from the length of it. Okay, let's run this. I think I should give -1. Yeah, I know. This is caret method. Here it should be starting from -1.
Nikhil, what is the use of caret here?
Caret
is
is
caret?
going, yeah, caret is going to give us the last the caret is going to give us a particular character at that particular position. You give a position, and then this caret method is going to fetch that particular character from this string and give it to us.
It's same like index of.
No, index of is going to return. When you give the character, index of is going to return the position of it. But here we are giving the position and fetching the character. Reverse.
Okay.
Right. For index of, what are we doing? Yeah. Where is that? You see? Where did I write? Yeah. For index of, I am giving the character so that it is giving the position of this character, right?
Yeah.
For caret, I am giving the position of it so that it fetches me character rating. Understood? Reversal of index.
Okay.
Now, is it printing in reverse? This is all about string operations. We do not have anything else. These are all the things. Okay. Now, these are the tasks for you, which you have to do. Okay. Right. So these are the tasks. Print words in a sentence. That means now, yeah, I have this sentence. I just want the words. Hello, welcome to the session. So I only want the words that needs to be printed. I don't want the complete sentence. I just want the words to be printed. This is the first task. And second task is print the sentence. Whatever the sentence you chose, print that sentences in the below following orders. So what are they? For suppose, this is my sentence. Hi dear, how are you? When are you coming to India? For example, this is the sentence. So task 1 is changing these positions. I want the last word to be printed first. India to coming. You see, the order of words is changed. Okay. And then second one, I just want to interchange the letters in each word, but the position of the word should be remaining same. Hi, dear, how. You see, how means W-O-H, R, E-R-A, U, U-O-Y. So the position of the words remain same, but the letters should be interchanged. Okay. And then exercise 3, you should also change the position and also the characters inside it, reversal. Okay, and check whether a given word is palindrome or not. This is already we are done. We just reversed it. Now you have to add some conditions and confirm whether it is a palindrome or not. Okay. So for all these 3 things, you have to use any of these methods and then apply your logic and then print it. Will you practice? Will you try it?
Yeah. Saturday, Sunday, maybe.
Yeah, please try it. See, this is nowhere going to help you in your real time. But why I'm giving this task is nowhere we are going to do these kind of things. This is all bullshit, right? I know it. But why I'm choosing these kind of tasks is when we have these kind of tasks, you will get hands-on with all the different methods. You will try all the different methods. So you are going to get hands-on all the methods, so that you will understand each method and you will understand the logical, you will get the logical, you will improve the logical thinking of writing programs. So that is the reason we are giving this. This is nowhere we are going to use in real time, but just to improve your logical skills and get hands-on on the methods of string. Okay. All right. It's already 8:30 now. Sorry, but I don't want to take this to the next session, so that is why I took some time extra. Right. Any questions in today's session?
Yeah, Nicole, yeah. Once you're done, I have question on my.
Yeah, I'm done. Today's topics are done. I gave the task and explained the task as well. I'm done with the today's session. Do we have any things, any questions on today's session first?
Yeah, can I share?
On today's session?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm stopping my sharing and allow you to share. Just share. Yeah, I have allowed you. All right. What is the problem? Nah, you cannot run it. If you have to run it, you have to clear the errors. You see that there are so many errors in your class. Line number 7, 8, 10, 13, 23, 26. Everywhere there is an error. Right? So everywhere there is an error. Why? If you want to run a class, what should you have? I think you're speaking on mute. I'm unable to hear you.
The public main method?
Exactly. There is no main method. So how will it get executed?
Oh, this all.
Should be inside the main method. Everything should be inside the main method. You can write on your own. Public static void main. No, you can copy this line and paste there.
That's fine.
Yeah. See, still there are some errors. So what are those errors? str chars of I.
If
Okay,
we are not even taking as a variable here, why? If it is a
just
variable,
save
the
it
color.
once save it.
Huh?
Save it once. I'm saying Control S. Press Control S, it will be saved.
Okay.
Now see, okay, that will be taken as okay, fine. str chars is there. str chars of I. Okay, you are still missing one brace here. You didn't close the class. So that is the reason. You see the compilation error console.
You have control.
No,
I
I'm
don't.
saying compilation error. There is one
Yeah,
brace
yeah.
missing here. So you see this is for loop and this is main method. Sorry. This is main method, but where is the class closed? It's not closed, so that is why it is giving error. Now you see, it's gone. Here there is an error again because this is not the syntax of for loop. You should not write semicolon after the for loop, right? There is no semicolon.
Okay. Okay.
Now gone. That's all.
Yeah, here I have to give the char.
Caret. str dot caret of I. That's all. Dot caret. You see, it is taking the index position. Right, that's all. But here you have to make it str dot length -1 because we are starting index at 0. No, I'm saying here line number 27, it should be -1. Okay, and then this should be greater than or equals to 0. That's all. Got it, right? Reversal order. Okay.
A string builder giving horizontally, whereas if we write this query, this is giving vertically.
Why? Because this is going to return us individual character for each iteration. So this is printing, and then this is going to the next line. So if you don't want to go to the next line, just to remove this ln. That's all. Print ln is taking us to the next line. If you use only print, it is going to print in the same line. Now let's run this.
Oh,
That's all. Okay.
print ln for next line. Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah. I mean, it is not after printing, it will stay in the next line.
Mm-hmm.
If you use print, after printing, it will be present in the same line again.
Why here it is coming like this? Why?
What did you do there? Which one is that?
Why?
Okay, strchars dot length -1, character array of length -1. I is greater than. Okay, strchars dot length I greater than 0, I minus, and then strchars of I. Is it this first one?
Yeah.
Or is it something?
First one.
No. Original string Bobby. Okay, character array. Okay, and then it is printing this. Okay, you want to print it from reverse order. YBBO capital B. It should come capital B. See, all these Y's are coming from here, from this one. You did not change this position. You fixed it to 4 and 5, right? You did not give I values
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Okay, here if you give equals to 0, then it will print that last letter B also. You give greater than 0, that is why it did not give the position of 0th character, 0th index. Okay.
If we take this,
All right. Go up and see Bobby, right? And then it,
why another
since
Y coming here?
you I told now, if you use print, it is going to start from the same line again.
Oh, okay.
Next time when you printed Y, you used print ln, so that is going to the next line. Okay.
Okay. So this I have to, okay. This I have to change.
Change the positions. Yeah. I and I -1, so that you will get the all letters. But currently you are printing only 5 times. You are printing only the last character, so that is why you are getting only 5. Okay.
So I have to give
No.
4, 3.
Why? You can randomize this, right? You are already having this. So what is this 5? It's the length of this. So where did you store this length of this string in this for loop? I variable.
This is 4, 5. This is 4, 4.
No,
this
it won't be 4, 4. It will be 3, 4.
The length of the string, right? Okay. Between. Okay,
If you say 0th position to first position, you will get B. If you say first
0,
position
1,
to second
2.
position, you will get O.
This is 3, 4.
Inside for loop, why are you writing this again? You remove it. That's not needed. You can randomize the 4 and 5. You did not follow my session then. So when I'm giving the session, instead of writing code, just listen to the session. then later you can write. If you are writing, you will miss these topics like this.
Hey, I got it. That the instead of substring, we use this for. I understood that one. That's why we used it. I'm trying to understand the substring. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then. Anything else?
Nothing. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.